week. Best of the boys. We'll start it off with the best punt returns. Mount Carmel area's Dave Evans fields the wet football, then plows through the tricky turf. A 78-yard return for a touchdown.
Tornadoes looking to battle their way back to Altoona and bring home a state title like they did back in '94. But let's not jump too far ahead. Central Columbia has won some big games this year, including a huge victory over their arch rivals Southern 3 weeks ago. To the Silver Bowl in Mount Carmel we go. First quarter scoreless. You've seen this before, and you will see it again. Brett Veach with the quick feet, and off to the races. This is a 78-yard touchdown run. 7-0 Mount Carmel. Now, if you wondered what Brett looked like, ladies, there he is. Second quarter, Veach on the pitch, takes it 5 yards that way, then 4 yards that way. It was 14-0 Red Tornadoes. Mount Carmel's defense, outstanding. Dan Malachowski will go up and come down with the INT. It remained 14-0. Third quarter, Veach picking his way again. When he's done, 36 yards down to the 1, first and goal. And then Vic Kornaski finishes it off. Mount Carmel, still undefeated, takes the District 4 2A title, 21-0. Final here.
Tim, the second-ranked and unbeaten Red Tornadoes hosting number 7 Central Columbia for the District 4 AA Championship. Jim Coles tells us how this first ever meeting between two schools turned out.
Central Columbia's offense looking good on their first possession. Nate Klingerman picks up the first down, and then the pitch maybe forward, but it's called okay. Trent Flick takes it down to the 6-yard line. Jason Lawboss called on to kick a 29-yard field goal attempt that is wide left, and there's no score. Mount Carmel's second possession would take but 2 plays to score. Brett Veach from his own 22-yard line takes the pitch, goes right, dances down the sideline and shows his blazing speed. 78 yards for the touchdown. The extra point is good, and the Red Tornadoes lead 7-0. Klingerman picked off 3 times in the first half. Here a middle screen is sniffed out by Eric Higgins. Higgins takes it down to the Blue Jays' 29-yard line. 7 plays later, it's Veach again, student body left, picking up a wave of blockers, and Mount Carmel leads 14-0 at the half. Blue Jays need a big play in the second half, and they get it from Trent Flick. Hemmed in, 3 guys have him, a fake inside. He gets the sidelines and goes 43 yards all the way down to the Mount Carmel 21-yard line. That sets up the big play. Klingerman going to Jason Lawboff for the score. But double coverage anticipates. Dan Malachowski intercepts, and the Red Tornadoes keep the shutout going. From there, Mount Carmel goes 80 yards for another score. The big play, 3rd and inches. Brett Veach goes 37 yards down to the Blue Jays' 1-yard line. On the very next play, Vic Kornaski on the sneak, and Mount Carmel area in good shape, 21-0. Later in the third, the Red Tornadoes defense turns it up a notch. Klingerman sacked by number 60, Jason Malachowski. We go to the fourth quarter, and the same story. Malachowski again in there in an instant. Mount Carmel area gets the impressive shutout win, 21-0. You had heroes on both sides of the ball, pretty much a complete effort tonight.
Defense did the job, and our offensive line just came off the ball, knocked people around, and we come away with a victory.
Congratulations.
Thanks a lot, Jim.
Brett Veach rushes for 244 yards. Mount Carmel area wins the District 4 AA crown. Next up, the Red Tornadoes get ready for states, where they'll take on the winner of Hanover area and Wilkes-Barre GAR. Jim Coles, Newswatch 16 Sports, Mount Carmel.
You're trying to play spoiler, already down 14-0. And the third quarterback, Nate Klingerman, is picked by Dan Malachowski in the end zone. Vintage Brett Veach has played since a 9th grader. Veach like a pinball, bouncing for 17 yards. Then watch the senior on this play. He had 27 carries for 244 yards, 9 yards a carry, 36 yards to the 1. Quarterback Vic Kornaski plunges his 6'3" frame in from the 1, 21-0 Red Tornadoes. Mount Carmel got more big plays out of number 60, Jason Malachowski. He played larger than life. Senior Joe Costello played in his 51st consecutive game, the most ever by a Mount Carmel player, as the Red Tornadoes win number 12 in '96, 21-0.
We have the team to go, to Altoona, but we just took one game at a time. But it feels great that it was my last home game at the Silver Bowl. It makes it more special than it really is.
Another District 4 championship for Mount Carmel tonight in their last home game of '96. They'll take on the winner of GAR Hanover next week. and hopefully they'll have several more to go after that. For Sports Friday, I'm John Mendola.
In District 4 AA, Central Columbia at Mount Carmel, their first meeting ever. Brett Veach for the Red Tornado down the right side. Look at all that speed. Where did he get it from? 78 yards, touchdown, 7-0 Red Tornado. For the Jays, Nate Klingerman on the drop. Dropping back to pass, lets it go. Eric Higgins picks it off for Mount Carmel and returns it to the 29. Brett Veach gets his second touchdown of the night. The Red Tornadoes lead 14-0 at the halftime. In the third quarter, Trent Flick fools the defense for the Blue Jays. Now, cut it outside. 43 yards, Trent Flick goes as he leads the defense standing still all the way to the 21-yard line. Klingerman up top this time, looks for Jason Lawbaugh in the end zone, but the Red Tornado defense pulls it down. Dan Malkowski pulls it in, taking away the touchdown. Brett Veach, more speed, why not use it? 37 yards. This one goes to the 1-yard line. He just can't get his third touchdown of the night. So Vic Kornaski gets a touchdown of his own. He goes in from 1 yard. Mount Carmel shuts out Central Columbia 21-0. The Red Tornado is the District 4 AA champion.
State champions, and as Bob Ide reports, Mount Carmel was the only champion tonight.
A picture-perfect night as all eyes and cameras focused in on this Eastern semifinal. First quarter, Mount Carmel on the opening possession of the game, needing only 6 plays to punch it in. Dave Evans on the middle screen finds room to run. A 47-yard touch, and with 8:25 left in the first quarter, Mount Carmel led 6-0. After a Hanover punt which went only 20 yards, the Red Tornadoes start at their own 30. 7 plays later, quarterback Vic Kornowski keeps it, and after the 2-point conversion, Mount Carmel up their lead to 14-0. That score would hold up until very late in the second quarter, when Kornowski at the Hawks 47 can't find anyone. He rolls, and right before he crosses the line of scrimmage, he connects with Dan Malakowski in the end zone. And at the break, Mount Carmel pitching a shutout, 21-0.
To tell you just how dominant Mount Carmel was in that first half, Hanover crossed into Red Tornado territory only once and gained a total of only 35 yards. The Hawkeyes will receive the second half kickoff.
We're a pretty fine football team, and we played pretty well the first half, but this is a Hanover team. It's a great program, and they're not going to quit.
Whitey's words almost coming true as Hanover's Paul Kennard takes the second half kickoff 38 yards to the Mount Carmel 48. But 6 plays later, Matt Kopczynski's pass is picked off by Dave Evans at the Tornado 24. Both teams would then trade punts before Mount Carmel put this one out of reach. Brett Veach off the option takes it in for an 11-yard score. The senior with 114 yards rushing as Mount Carmel tonight beats up Hanover area 43-6. For the Red Tornadoes, this will be the second time in 3 years that they'll be playing in the Eastern Final. In Shamokin, Bob Ide, touchdown 22.
Against 7th-ranked Hanover. Jim Coles lets us know if the Hawkeyes are the first to survive the storm.
Mount Carmel on their first possession, 3rd and 11 from midfield, and they catch the Hawkeyes in a blitz. The perfect call, a little middle screen pass. Vic Kornowski to Dave Evans. Evans with a wall of blockers goes 49 yards for the score. The extra point no good, but the Red Tornadoes lead 6-0. The Hawkeyes offense going in neutral for most of the first half. Matt Kaczynski tries his best, but still it's a 10-yard loss as Joe Shikatano has the ankle tackle. Vic Kornowski finishes a 30-yard drive with a quarterback sneak. The 2-point conversion is good. 14-0 Mount Carmel. The Red Death defense all over Hanover. 3rd and 26. And Steve Sinkovich and Jeff Evans combined on the sack, nothing doing. Late in the first half, Vic Kornowski looks like he's going to run for the first down, but he pulls up and goes to Dan Malakowski, a 47-yard strike. Mount Carmel leads at intermission 21-0. Third quarter, Mount Carmel on a Hanover 9. Now watch Kornowski wait, and then perfectly timed. Pitches it to Brett Veach for a touchdown, 28-0 Red Tornadoes. Early in the fourth, it's Veach again, this time showing his patience as he cuts back left, uses his blockers well, and then goes 48 yards for the score. The 2-point conversion puts the Red Tornadoes up 36-0. Again, for the Hawkeyes, it's 3 and out. Eric Higgins with the sack. Once again, great field position. It's Joe Costello going up the middle, the big fullback. thinking he has a touchdown, hoping he has a touchdown, but one thing, you can't drop the ball, Joe. He gets it and scores anyway. A late touchdown gives Hanover area score, but your final, Mount Carmel area 43, Hanover area 6. Mount Carmel's first team defense doing the job on Hanover area, holding the Hawkeyes to just 40 yards of total offense and keeping them out of the end zone. The inspiration might have been math teacher Jim Maines. Brett, what's the story?
Well, I don't know. He said that if we were able to come up with a shutout, that he would postpone our test to the following week. But I don't know. I think our defense played good enough, so I think we'll be all right.
All right, thanks, Brett. All right. Great job. A few days to prepare for their math tests, and of course, a few more days to prepare for the next round of states. Jim Coles, Newswatch 16 Sports, Shamokin.
Getting ready to take on history Friday night in the Eastern Finals. Mount Carmel has a football tradition that started 30 years before the NFL. Pat Principe visited this coal region town that lives and dies with its football team.
This is not a town bursting at the seams with a population of less than 10,000. Whatever Mount Carmel lacks in size, it more than makes up for in football tradition. At 652 victories and counting, the Red Tornadoes have won more football games than any other school in the state.
I don't know how many teams in the state of Pennsylvania, or for that matter, the nation, have played over 100 years of football. And Mount Carmel has, right now is in their 104th year. And it's not, one of those things where it's the only thing, but it's important in the area.
A lot rides on their season, not only for your team, but the community.
Mount Carmel has been to the top of the mountain in football before. They won a state championship all the way back in 1927. 67 years later, they added another trophy to their case, beating yet another District 3 team, Cocalico, en route to the 1994 state championship. This team makes its mark on defense, allowing just under 6 points a game all season, surrendering just 1 touchdown in their 3 playoff games.
We're not only physically tough, but when people get down inside the red zone, I think we're mentally tough as well.
Bishop McDevitt provides the ultimate challenge. The Crusaders are scoring just under 50 a game in the postseason. And then there's the who plays the better football, the Susquehanna Valley or the coal region.
I don't know that they're bragging rights. It's high school football. The fact that they're from a different area, I think it adds a lot more color, a lot more flavor to the game.
They've been down the same road we have in '94 last year. They went to Altoona and won it. So they know what it's all about, and so do we. So it should be a good game.
In Mount Carmel, Pat Principe, News 8.
Sports, I know you're getting ready for the state playoffs, as are the 3 teams from our area.
Wouldn't be the finals without a little snowflake, right? Every time we go out to Altoona, it seems there's either 6 feet of snow, 6 inches, but storm one way or the other. Mount Carmel's storm. Their state playoff run has been building speed for a few years now. A freshman class loaded with talent is now an experienced group of seniors playing for their 2nd championship in 3 years. Mount Carmel has been dominant. The Tornadoes have won 14 games this year, 6 of those coming against Super 16 teams. Last Friday, the Red Machine bounced defending state champ Bishop McDevitt to keep its special season right on course.
Position 4 years ago to anticipate that, this group and over the 4-year period would accomplish the things that they have. It's just incredible. And, a lot has to be attributed to, you reflect on the '94 team. The leadership at that time, there was a tremendous group of boys with some experience from jazz, and their leadership just kept things going at Mount Carmel, and these guys that are now seniors are part of that.
The Tornadoes get Tyrone Saturday afternoon. The Golden Eagles won all 13 of their games, including last week's upset of Aliquippa. Despite Mount Carmel's reputation, Tyrone's feeling good, especially since the game at Mansion Park in Altoona is only a 15-minute drive from home.
I think that could be a big advantage for us. I think, we'll get quite a few of our local following there. I really think the stands are going to be packed, and like I said, at the Forest Hills game, we had over 9,000. We had 7,000 to 8,000 the last game. It should be packed to